The sun was just a promise of light on the horizon when Andrew Tate, a 14-year-old boy with dreams larger than life, woke up to the fragrance of a fresh day. His was a world wrapped in hues of hope and the echoes of a future whispering in his ears. He was an enigma in this small town, a firefly buzzing with energy, ambition, and aspiration. As a promising kickboxing novice and an aspiring entrepreneur with a budding social media presence, Andrew was always a step ahead, chasing the whispers of his dreams. His first task of the day was an early morning kickboxing practice. The gym was a haven of solitude at this early hour, a sanctuary where he sparred with his reflection in the mirror, lost in the rhythm of punches and kicks. He moved like poetry in motion, his determination etched in each drop of sweat trickling down his forehead. Suddenly, the tranquility was broken by the shrill chime of his smartphone. A text message from an unknown number illuminated the dimly lit room. "Hey Tate, I dare you! Meet me at the old Watson's Mill at noon. I have a challenge you won't refuse." Intrigue washed over Andrew. His youthful heart, always seeking thrill and adventure, thumped in excitement. The challenge, wrapped in mystery and brimming with uncertainty, tugged at his adventurous spirit. Nodding in silent agreement to the unspoken dare, he pocketed the phone and left the gym. The day had just begun, and he was already on the brink of an unforgettable adventure. The sun was beginning its descent when Andrew finally arrived at the old Watson's Mill. The place was an echo of yesteryears, with the skeletal remains of the mill reaching up towards the faded blue of the sky. It was a place of forgotten tales and abandoned dreams, the perfect setting for a rendezvous cloaked in mystery. His heart echoed in the eerie silence, each beat a drumroll in the drama unfolding. His eyes darted across the expanse, seeking any sign of life, but all he encountered was the ceaseless whisper of the wind and the rustling ballet of leaves. Just as Andrew started to doubt his decision, a figure emerged from the shadows, a silhouette against the setting sun. "So you accepted the dare, Tate?" a voice questioned, sending a ripple of excitement through him. The challenger was a teen, his face shrouded in the gathering dusk. "Let's get started, then!" The challenge was a duel, a test of strength, courage, and wit. The air thrummed with anticipation as Andrew and the challenger squared off, their eyes locked in a battle of wills. Andrew could feel the weight of the challenge pressing down on him, the outcome of this duel holding the potential to make or break his young dreams. He clenched his fists, drawing strength from the depths of his soul. The whispers of his dreams echoed in his mind, strengthening his resolve. The world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the duel to commence. And then, like a storm unleashed, they sprang into action. The old mill rang with the sound of their clashing fists and their grunts of effort, a symphony of determination echoing into the evening. Every punch thrown, every kick landed was more than just a physical act, it was a testament to Andrew's unwavering spirit, his relentless pursuit of greatness. The challenge demanded all his strength, his courage, and his skill. It was no longer just about proving himself, it was about standing his ground, pushing his limits, and daring to dream. Hours trickled away as the duel continued under the watchful eyes of the moon and stars. Andrew, however, remained undeterred, his spirit unfaltering, his will unbroken. The fight was far from over, and the night was young. His journey towards the dawn of his dreams had just begun. The dawn was just breaking, painting the sky with hues of lavender and pink when the final act of the duel unfolded. The old mill stood witness to the battle of wills, its silence punctuated by the grunts of effort and the clash of intent. Andrew and the challenger, their bodies glazed with sweat, their breaths ragged, were locked in a dance of determination and courage. Despite the mounting fatigue, Andrew stood his ground, his spirit as unyielding as the steadfast oak in the storm. The words of the unknown challenger from the day before still echoed in his mind, "I have a challenge you won't refuse." And refuse he did not, for Andrew was a fighter, a dreamer, a believer. The final round of the duel was a test of endurance, and Andrew called upon every ounce of his willpower. He could feel his dreams cheering him on, their whispers morphing into a roaring cheer in his heart. The thought of losing never crossed his mind, he was too busy putting up the fight of his life. The sun, now confident and radiant, poured its golden rays onto the mill, casting long shadows that danced and swayed with the rhythm of the duel. And then, with a move as swift as the wind, Andrew landed the final punch. The challenger stumbled backward, and his silence, thick with anticipation, hung in the air. Breathing heavily, Andrew looked at his defeated adversary, not with the arrogance of victory, but with the humility of a dreamer who had just taken another step towards his dream. He reached out a hand, pulling the challenger up, his actions speaking louder than any words of consolation. Exhausted but victorious, Andrew stood in the golden dawn, a silhouette against the backdrop of his dreams. He had won not just a challenge, but had conquered his own doubts and fears, proving to himself and the world that he was not a mere dreamer but a doer. And so, as the sun continued its climb into the sky, the mill, once a place of forgotten tales, had become the stage of a legend in the making. As for Andrew Tate, the young kickboxer with dreams larger than life, the day was not just another one, it was the day he embraced his destiny and dared to go beyond the ordinary, one punch at a time.